Hello and welcome back to NoStress English, the podcast that helps you speak English more confidently and naturally. I'm Alex.
And I'm Maya. It's so good to be with you all again for episode 5.
Today we're talking about something that I think every single English learner has experienced. It's that feeling when you say something in English, you know the grammar is perfect, every word is correct, but it just sounds weird?
Oh, absolutely. That little moment of confusion on the other person's face. They understand you, but there's a disconnect.
Exactly. So today's episode is called Why Your English Sounds Weird Even When It's Correct. We're going to explore why this happens and give you some simple, practical tips to sound more natural.
And the best part is, this has nothing to do with studying more grammar. In fact, it's about moving away from the textbook and listening to the music of the language.
So let's start with the story. Maya, you must have some examples of this from your teaching days.
Oh, so many. And they're always from my best students, the ones who studied the hardest. I remember a student who wanted to buy a coffee, and he walked up to the counter and said with perfect pronunciation, "I wish to procure a caffeinated beverage."
Wow, procure a caffeinated beverage.
Right? The barista just froze for a second. She understood every word, but the sentence was so formal and out of place. It was correct, but it wasn't natural.
That is a perfect example. It's like wearing a tuxedo at a barbecue.
Exactly. I love that metaphor. You're dressed correctly for a formal event, but you're at the wrong party. A lot of textbook English is like a tuxedo. It's for very specific formal situations.
But everyday conversation is a barbecue. It's relaxed, it's casual, it's friendly. And if you show up in a tuxedo, people might feel a little awkward around you.
It creates a little bit of distance. And the goal of communication is connection, not just exchanging information correctly. So what your student probably wanted to say was just, "Can I get a coffee, please?"
Right. Or even, I'll have a coffee. Simple, direct, and friendly. So let's break down a few more of these tuxedo sentences.
Okay, I've got one. Imagine you want to join your friends who are going to the movies. Your textbook might teach you to say, "Is it permissible for me to accompany you?"
Permissible to accompany. It sounds like you're asking a judge for permission, not your friends.
Right? So what's the barbecue version of that, Alex?
You'd probably say something like, "Hey, mind if I join you guys?" Or, "You guys heading to the movies? Can I tag along?"
Tag along. I love that one. It's so casual and friendly. It says, "I'm not trying to impose, I'd just love to be part of the group."
Okay, my turn. A work situation. You need help from a coworker. The textbook sentence is, "I require your assistance with this report."
Ooh, that sounds very demanding. "I require your assistance."
It does. But a more natural way would be so much softer. Something like, "Hey, are you busy? Could you give me a hand with this?"
Yeah, or "When you have a sec, could you take a quick look at this for me?" The phrases "give me a hand," "have a sec," "take a quick look," they all make the request feel small and easy.
It's about being considerate of their time. Let's do a few quick-fire ones. Textbook versus natural. Ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. On the phone. To whom am I speaking?
Natural version would be, "Sorry, who's this?" Or a bit more formally, "Who am I speaking with, please?"
Good. Next. Expressing agreement. I am in agreement.
Oh, definitely just, "I agree." Or even more casually, "Totally, for sure." Or you can say that again.
Last one. Asking someone about their job. What is your occupation?
The classic, "So, what do you do?" It's simple, friendly, and it's what everyone actually says.
So, this brings us to the big question. Why? Why does this happen? If the grammar is correct, why does it sound weird?
I think the best way to explain it is to stop thinking about language as a set of rules and start thinking about it as music.
Music. I like that. Tell me more.
Well, every language has its own rhythm, its own melody. In English, we call this stress and intonation. Where you put the emphasis on a word can completely change the meaning of a sentence, even if the words stay exactly the same.
That is such a key point. Let's take a simple sentence. I didn't say he stole the money. 7 words. We can create 7 different meanings just by changing the music.
Let's try it. You go first.
Okay, what if I say, I didn't say he stole the money? The stress is on I. What does that mean?
It means someone else said it, but not you.
Exactly. Now you try one.
Okay, I didn't say he stole the money.
Meaning you said someone else stole it.
How about, I didn't say he stole the money.
He stole something else. The jewelry, maybe.
Exactly. So the words are 100% correct in every one of those sentences, but the music, the stress, carries the real meaning. And textbooks are terrible at teaching music.
They really are. Another part of this is what linguists call softening language. We native speakers add little words to make our requests and statements sound less direct or demanding.
Right. Words like just, maybe, a little bit, or kinda.
Yeah, so instead of saying, I disagree, which can sound a bit confrontational, someone might say, not so sure about that, or I kind of see it differently.
And instead of I need help, which we talked about before, you could soften it by saying, I was just wondering if you could help me for a second. The just and for a second make it feel like a very small, easy thing to do.
It's all about making the other person feel comfortable. And then there are contractions.
Oh, this is a huge one. We almost always use contractions when we speak. We don't say it is, we say it's. We don't say I will, we say I'll.
And not using them can make you sound like a robot or even angry. There's a big difference in feeling between I'm not happy and I am not happy.
Oh yeah, if you say the full words am not, you're adding so much emphasis. It means you are very unhappy. Using contractions is the normal, neutral way.
So rhythm, softening, and contractions. Those are three big reasons why textbook English and real English can feel like two different languages.
Okay, I think it's time to make this super practical. Let's do a little practice session for our listeners.
Great idea. So here's how it will work. I'm going to say a textbook sentence. We want you, our listener, to pause the podcast and think of a more natural, barbecue way to say it.
And after a moment, we'll give you a few natural alternatives. Ready?
Okay, practice sentence number 1. You're at a restaurant and you want to order food. The textbook sentence is, I would like to place an order for the chicken sandwich.
All right, pause and think. Okay, what are some more natural ways to say that, Alex?
I would probably say, could I get the chicken sandwich, please? Or I'll have the chicken sandwich.
Yes, or even more casually, I think I'll go with the chicken sandwich. The key is that we often use questions like, could I get, to make a request. It's softer than a statement.
All right, next one. Your friend asks you, how was your weekend? The textbook answer is, my weekend was satisfactory.
Satisfactory. That word is so clinical. It sounds like you're describing a science experiment, not your life.
It does. Okay, listener, pause and think. So, what's a more human way to answer?
You could say, it was really good, thanks. Pretty relaxing. How about yours?
Or if it was just okay, it was all right. Didn't do much.
And notice that in my example, I asked a question back. How about yours? A huge part of sounding natural is showing interest in the other person. Conversation is a two-way street.
That's such an important point. Okay, last practice sentence. You arrive a few minutes late to meet a friend. Textbook, I apologize for my tardiness.
My tardiness. I don't think I've ever said the word tardiness in my entire life. So what's a better way? Pause and think.